All right, so to understand the concepts that I discussed earlier for the shear of reinforced concrete beam, let's have the sample problem. A 7-meter simply supported beam has a uniformly distributed dead and live load of 50 kilonewton per meter and 25 kilonewton per meter respectively. The dimension of the beam section and steel reinforcement are shown in the figure. Design the necessary shear reinforcement in the entire length if the F prime C is equal to 20.7 megapascal and the rebar strength of the stirrups is equal to 276 megapascal. Okay? So, this is the figure, by the way. So, ito yung ating simple supported beam with a span of 7 meter. And also, our loading here is just simply uniform distributed load. So, given tayo dito ng dalawang load cases, the service live load and the service dead load. Okay? And then, please take note na given tayo dito ng FRMC, which is 20.7 megapascal. And kung mapapansin ninyo, yung subscript natin dito or yung variable natin dito is FYT. Ibig sabihin lang po niyan is rebar strength ng ating stirrups. Okay? Since we are targeting dito yung sa stirrups sa topic natin today. Tapos, please take note additional information na yung diameter ng stirrups natin ay 10 millimeters. Okay? So, given tayo ng ating section, so by the way, this is the section of the span of the beam. So, given tayo dito ng width of the beam which is 350 millimeter, and given agad tayo ng effective depth which is 500 millimeter. And then we have here a reinforcements, no? So sa tension, meron tayong 3 pieces of 20 millimeter diameter. And also for the compression, meron din tayong 3 pieces of 20 millimeter diameter. Pero please take note, ang topic natin dito ay shear. So, ibig sabihin lang po nun is hindi natin concern dito yung mga main reinforcement natin. Ang pinaka-concern lang natin dito is just yung ating stirrups, okay? Gaano kalalayo yung magiging design natin sa mga stirrups natin. Yan yung goal natin today on this topic. Okay? Tapos, kailangan ma-design natin lahat ng stirrups on the entire length. Ibig sabihin, sa buong 7 meters, kailangan ma-determine natin kung ano nga ba o gaano kalalayo yung mga spacing natin sa mga stirrups natin. Okay? Okay. So, let's have first the preliminary steps kasi importante na malaman natin dito, especially sa shear natin, no? So, ang una muna nating hanapin dito is the factor uniform load or the ultimate uniform load. Since given nga tayo dito ng service dead load and service live load, which is the 50 and 25 kilonewton per meter respectively. So, para makuha natin dito yung ating ultimate uniform load. So, of course, gagamitin natin yung typical na 1.2 dead load plus the 1.6 live load. So, by simply substitute this value, so makukuha nating ultimate uniform load is now being 100 kilonewton per meter. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung uniform load natin dito ay 100 kilonewton per meter. And also, since kukuha rin tayo kasi dito ng design shear strength, kailangan naka-ultimate loads talaga po tayo dito. Okay? So, yung next na gagawin natin, since nasa shear tayo, at ang sabi ko kanina, kailangan natin dito kumuha ng mga shear values or mag-construct ng shear diagram, kailangan natin ng reaction at supports. Okay? So, what can I do here is I can simply use yung ating equilibrium equations. No? So, I will take my summation of my moment at point B para kapag nag-moment ako, makukuha ko dito yung value ng reaction kay A, which is vertical reactions lang yung kinukuha natin dito. Okay? May value for the reaction at A, this is now equal to 350 kilonewton. So, ganun din, kukunin ko rin yung reaction at the support B, which is yung roller. So, I will use the summation of forces or the vertical forces and positive pag upward, then this is equal to 0. We simply substitute everything. So, ang makukuha ko ditong vertical reaction at the support B, this is equal to 350 kilonewtons. Ngayon, kumuha na tayo ng mga shear values kasi kailangan natin dito ng gabay ng isang shear diagram later on. And please take note kapag tayo ay kumukuha ng mga shear values, kailangan vertical forces lang po yung magiging consideration natin dito. Okay? So let's start sa ating point A. Yung point A natin dito, kailangan alam natin kung ano nga ba dito yung nag-exist na vertical force. And the vertical force that existing here is our reaction at A, which is the value of shear at point A. This is equal to 350 kilonewtons. Okay? Now, yung next point natin dito ay point B na. Okay? Pero please take note, kapag tayo ay nasa point B or nasa susunod na points sa ating beam, please take note na meron tayong dalawang value dito. First, before applying the vertical load. Pangalawa, after applying the vertical load. So, ibig sabihin lang nito, yung shear at point B ko, before applying my vertical load, ibig sabihin lang nito, yung 350 kilonewton ko, ima-minus ko dito yung shear or yung kabuuang shear dito sa span na ito. Okay? Which is by simply just taking the area between the uniform load and then the length of the beam. Okay? So that 350 minus 100 multiplied by 7, which is this is equal to 350 kilonewton. And then after that, tsaka pa lang natin i-incorporate yung vertical reaction at support B, which is since positive yung value niya dito, so dapat plus. And it should be equal to 0 kilonewton. So ideally, dapat mag-0 talaga po yan sa ating shear diagram. So this is the respective shear diagram kapag na-plot na po natin. So ibig sabihin lang po nito class, magkakaroon tayo dito ng point of zero shear, which is located at the midspan of our simply supported beam. Which is ang span niya dito, from the support A, this is 3.5 meters. Okay? So ito na yung magiging basis natin para sa design ng mga stirrups natin. Okay? So before tayo mag-proceed sa first step natin, kunin muna natin dito yung area of shear reinforcement. Okay? Paano nga ba natin kukunin yung area of shear reinforcement? So kung babalik ka dito sa ating section, which is this one, kinukuha natin ang area of shear reinforcement kapag naglagay ka dito or kapag pagbabasihan mo dito yung ating cross-section. So, ibig sabihin, kung ano yung nadaanan ng ating cross-section, yun lang po yung bilang ng ating shear of reinforcement, specifically for the area. Ibig sabihin lang nito, yung cross-section natin dito sa ating stirrups, bibilangin nyo po yan. So, isa, dalawa. So, ibig sabihin, dalawang stirrups lang po or dalawang area of shear reinforcement yung i-consider natin dito. Okay? Which is this one. Okay? So, kunin lang natin yung area of shear reinforcement. Please take note, nakadalawa po yan. Kasi sa ating exhibit kanina, dalawa yung dinaanan ng ating section line. Okay? And then, of course, area of the circle, specifically sa ating stirrups. So, let's substitute yung value so that ang makukuha nating area of shear reinforcement, this is now equal to 157.080 square millimeters. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, later on kasi, masasubstitute natin tong value na ito. Okay? Now, let's proceed na doon sa mga first steps natin or sa mga steps kung paano natin siya i-design. Okay. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, ito pa rin yung respective shear diagram natin. Kaso, kung mapapansin ninyo sa ating shear diagram, actually, symmetrical po siya. Bakit? Itong triangle na ito ay parehas lang siya sa triangle ng ilalim. Disregarding yung mga signs natin. Kasi ito positive, ito negative. Pero kung titignan mo lang siya numerically, yung area mo dito or itong shape na ito ng ating shear diagram ay parehas lang dito. So ano lang ibig sabihin lang yun? Ang ibig sabihin lang po nun class is magko-consider lang tayo dito ng isang particular na area sa ating shear diagram. Which is, para sa kakasimplify ng lahat, i-consider ko lang tong kalahati na ito. Bakit? Since parehas yung value neto class, so kapag nakuha ko yung spacing requirement dito, probably pareha siya dito sa kabila. Disregarding yung kanyang signs. Kasi 350 sa dulo, 350 din sa dulo. Yung base ng triangle na ito, 3.5 meters. Yung sa kabila, this is also 3.5 meters. That's why, ang next na gagawin ko, I will just design yung nasa left reinforcement. Dito ako magbabase ng aking spacing for my stirrups. Okay? Now, ito yung mga kailangan nating hanapin, no? So first, kailangan muna nating hanapin yung design of shear strength na palagi niyong tatandaan, matatagpuan po siya sa effective depth ng ating section of the beam. Ibig sabihin lang niyan, malalaman mo yung value na ito 500 meters or 500 millimeters galing sa ating support at A. Okay? So which is later on, hanapin natin yan. Tapos, next thing na kailangan mong kunin na value for the shear is the VBC. Yung VBC natin, may formula na po ito. Kaso, may kailangan lang tayo dito i-consider na dalawang spacing. Within VBC or within the value of X and then beyond the value of X, which is malalaman natin dito sa excess value ng 3.5 meters. So, dalawang spacing yung kailangan natin kunin dito. So, first, dito sa region na ito. Pangalawa, dito sa region na ito. Of course, up to point of zero shear. Kasi nga, parehas lang yung magiging spacing ng shear dito or spacing ng stirrup sa left side, ganun din sa kabila. Given that their values of their shear also parehas lang din. Okay? Ngayon, mag-proceed na tayo sa ating first step. Our first step here is we need to find the design shear capacity and the design concrete shear. So, para malaman natin yung design shear capacity, please take note galing siya sa effective depth. Okay? That's why, para makuha natin yung value ng V sub U, ang gagawin lang natin dito class, we need to incorporate here the similar triangle. Okay? Magsisimilar triangle lang po ako dito. Okay? So please take note, matatagpuan natin ang V sub U sa effective depth. Kaso, since tayo nga ay gagamit ng similar triangle, of course, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yung effective depth as your base to represent your V sub U. Gagamitin mo dito yung excess, no? Which is this one, no? Ito naman yung gagamitin mo as your base to represent your V sub U. Okay? Which is by simply subtracting yung kalahati ng length sa effective depth. Okay? And then yung magiging reference triangle natin, which is this one, the shear at point A, and then yung kalahati ng span natin. Okay? So, substitute lang natin. Please take note, naka-millimeters tayo sa effective depth. That's why dinivide ko siya sa 1,000 para maging meters. So that yung magiging value ng ating V sub U or design shear capacity, this is now equal to 300 kilonewtons. Exactly, 300 kilonewtons. Then, hanapin naman natin dito yung design concrete shear, which is the value of V sub C. Please take note, doon sa code provision natin, ang nakalagay ata doon is 0.17. Pero most of the time, sa ating calculation, ang gagamitin ko dito ay naka-fraction form. That's why yung fraction form ng 0.17 is 1 over 6. Okay? So, I will use this formula. V sub C is equal to 1 over 6 or 1/6 lambda square root of F prime C, width of the beam, and then effective depth. Let's substitute all of the values here. Please take note na ang value ng lambda ko or the modification factor, kapag hindi binanggit sa problem, best to assume that this value is always 1. Tapos, ang makukuha nyo kasi dito, kung ito lang yung itatype ninyo ay in terms of Newton. So, para maging kilonewton, i-divide nyo lang po siya sa 1,000. Okay? So that yung magiging value ng ating design, concrete shear, this is equal to, or the V sub C, this is equal to 132.7 kilonewton. Kaya lang kasi kailangan kasi class naka-design strength tayo. Kasi i-compare natin siya with our V sub U, which is, palagi nyo tatandaan na yung strength reduction factor natin is always 0.75. multiplying with our V sub C, the value here is now equal to 99.525 kilonewton. Ngayon, ito yung mas simple na decision making para malaman natin kung magre-require pa ba tayo ng spacing ng shear or hindi na. So ito yung magiging decision making natin. Kapag yung V sub U ay mas mataas sa VBC, ibig sabihin, magde-design ka ng shear reinforcement. Pero kapag mas mababa yung ating VBC sa kalahati, kaya siya naka 0.5 kalahati, sa ating V sub U, ibig sabihin hindi mo na kailangan ng spacing ng stirrups. So, isubstitute lang natin yung mga values natin. Okay? So, lumalabas na yung ating V sub U, which is 300 kilonewton, ay mas mataas siya sa ating VBC. Nang ibig sabihin lang nito, kailangan natin mag-consider dito sa design ng ating shear reinforcement. Ibig sabihin lang nun, kailangan mong mag-consider ng spacing for the stirrups. Ibig sabihin lang nun, dalawang klaseng stirrups or dalawang klaseng spacing yung i-consider natin. Okay? Which is later on, gagawin natin yun, no? So, but first, i-design muna natin or hanapin muna natin yung design steel shear, which is under this code provision from section 422.5.10, which is para makuha natin yung design steel shear or the shear of the stirrups, what you need to do here is you will use this formula. Then try nang natin i-substitute. So yung value ng ating V sub S, this is now equal to 267.3 kilonewton. Then, magkakaroon ulit tayo ng point of comparison, which is by comparing sa ating maximum steel shear, which is using this formula. So, given yung ating mga values, so substitute lang natin. And also, naka-newtons to, that's why you need to divide it by sa 1,000. Okay? So, ang makukuha natin dito for the value of BS max or the maximum steel shear, this is now equal to 530.801 kilonewton. So, we will proceed sa another decision making. So, kapag mas mataas yung actual V sub S kaysa sa V sub max, or mas mababa siya sa V sub max, by the way, ibig sabihin lang yan, you may proceed o tuloy ka pa rin sa ating pagde-design. Pero kapag mas mataas yung actual kaysa sa maximum, ibig sabihin lang po nun, redesign ka. So, paano tayo magre-redesign? Probably, pwede mong lakihan yung dimension ng section mo. Okay? Pero, compare muna natin yung dalawa. So, ibig sabihin lang nito, para sa ating decision making, lumalabas na mas mababa yung ating actual steel shear kaysa sa maximum steel shear. Ibig sabihin lang po nun, proceed ka pa rin sa design. Okay? Ibig sabihin lang nun, magre-require ka pa rin ng spacing para sa stirrups natin. Okay? Ngayon, hanapin na natin yung spacing, okay? Yung spacing ng stirrups natin within VBC. Ibig sabihin lang po nun, kailangan mong hanapin kung ano yung spacing dito sa region na ito. Kung nasaan yung distance ng ating X. Okay? Which is kailangan muna nating hanapin yung kanyang location. Ngayon, paano mo malalaman yung kanyang location? Napakasimple. Ratio and proportion ka pa rin dito. Or just basically, similar triangle. So, ibig sabihin lang na to, yung height natin na VBC over sa base niya, which is this one. Okay? Tapos, height natin dito, which is the V sub A, and then yung kanyang base, which is this one also. So, we will utilize yung kanyang ratio and proportion or yung similar triangle. Okay? So, substitute lang natin yung mga values. That's why yung lalabas na value ng X or yung distance or yung value ng ating VBC coming from the support, this is now equal to 2.505 meters. Ibig sabihin lang po niyan, dyan natin titignan kung ilan yung stirrups na magkakasya dyan sa value ng ating X. Okay? Okay. So, kunin muna natin dito yung tinatawag na minimum steel shear capacity, which is coming from this section 409.6.3.3. Or should I say, yung kalahati ng ating VS max. So, by simply substitute yung mga given natin, ang makukuha natin ditong value is 2.65.401 kilonewton. So, ano nang ibig sabihin niyan? Ang ibig sabihin lang po niyan, ikukumpara mo dito yung ating value ng ating VS sa minimum value. Okay? Lumalabas na mas mababa yung ating value. Alright, so by comparing yung ating actual VS or the design shear strength sa ating steel sa ating minimum value niya, so lumalabas dito na mas mataas yung ating actual sa minimum value. So anong ibig sabihin lang yan? Using this table, ibig sabihin lang yan, ang magiging condition mo ngayon dito, mamimili ka na lang sa dalawa dito sa D over 4 or sa ating 300 millimeter. Okay? So, substitute lang natin yung ating effective depth, then divide lang natin sa 4. So, ang lalabas dito is 125 millimeter. And then yung second one naman is yung 300 millimeter. Pero if we are using this tabulation, kailangan lang natin dito mamili kung sino yung smallest value. And by comparing these two, ang smallest value dito ay yung D over 4. Or yung in actual value, this is equal to 125 millimeter. Okay? Ngayon, so nakuha na natin dito yung maximum spacing natin. So, para malaman natin dito kung ano nga ba yung magiging actual spacing natin dito sa value ng ating x. So, kailangan din natin kunin yung another spacing using this formula. Okay? So, kukompare lang natin yung actual sa maximum value. Okay? So, let's substitute lang natin yung mga values na nakuha natin. So, dito sa first condition natin, ang actual value niya for the spacing is 81.096. But in comparing with our 125 mm, kailangan kasi smallest value or mas masinsin yung kukunin nating value dito for the spacing within sa x. Okay? So, of course, ang mag-govern dito is the 81.096 mm. Kaso kasi class, kapag tayo ay consider ng spacing, please take note na dapat naka-round down tayo dito. Okay? Round down palagi. So, ang pipiliin natin dito is 80 mm. This is, by the way, para maging conventional lang yung spacing natin dito, I will consider here as round down to the nearest 10. Palagi po yan. Okay? Sa ibang practice kasi class, ang ginagawa is nira-round down ng by 5, no? So, ibig sabihin lang po niyan, yung spacing between stirrups dito sa within X natin is 80 millimeters. So, kunin naman natin dito yung stirrups. Ilang stirrups yung magkakasya po dyan? Which is using this formula. By the way, ang gagawin ko dito, yung X na nakuha natin, which is the 2.505 meters, babawasan ko po yan ng 50 millimeters. Palagi po yan sa practice ng ating stirrups. Okay? So, i-divide lang natin yung magiging spacing, magiging length dito sa ating X sa governing spacing natin dito within sa X or within sa VBC. So, ibig sabihin lang na to, by simply substitute, ang makukuha nating number of stirrups is 30.684 pieces or i-round up natin siya. Since number ng pieces yung kinukuha natin, we will use 31 pieces. Okay? So, ibig sabihin lang nun, ang spacing dito within this region is 31 pieces of stirrups and then ang spacing niya dapat ay 80 millimeters. Yan po yun. Okay? Ngayon, kunin naman natin dito yung spacing naman dito sa portion na ito or dito sa region na ito, which is you will use this provision, which is the section 409.6.3.3 or by just simply using this formula. Okay? So, class, direct substitute nyo lang to. Ang makukuha nating spacing dito in terms of millimeter is 353.910 millimeter or i-round down lang natin by 5. So, we will use here 350 millimeter. Okay? Ngayon, bakit kalahati yung pinapakita ko ditong spacing dito or bakit kalahati lang ng span ng beam yung kinoconsider natin dito? Remember dun sa ating shear diagram, which is this one, eto class. Yung ating shear diagram, in terms of their form, ay very similar. Okay, disregard of their values. Ibig sabihin, kung ano po yung magiging spacing ko dito sa left portion, yan na rin po yung magiging spacing ko sa right portion. Or should I say, in this most simplified diagram natin, ito po yung magiging itsura ng ating shear spacing natin or the placement of our stirrups. Okay? So please take note sa within VBC or sa within sa X, kapag mas malapit ka sa support, is mas masinsin yung ating spacing. Pero kapag beyond VBC ka na, which is on this region, mas malawak na yung magiging spacing niya compare sa malapit sa support. And this is our sample problem number 1. Thank you.